Alright, we're going to have a link on the circulation desk station at front for the Alma login, and we'll be able to click on that. It'll take you to the login page, and the students will be able to log in with the lib_temp username and the password summer 2017. And that is going to log them in as a student staff member. They're going to have access to the checkout check-in menu. And so, for example, if you click on Manage Patron Services, they'll be able to pull up a patron record, and we'll pull up Wile E. Coyote, and they'll see that Wile E. Coyote has a block on their account. Now what they can do if they're logged on as a student is click OK, and they'll be able to see what the user has on loan. Now it defaults to this session. To be able to see all the books that the user has out, you have to select all from the loan display drop-down menu, and you'll be able to see the title and the due date and information about it. You'll also be able to see any books that the person's returned and requests that they've made. And so you can see that Wile E. Coyote has requested some books from Gillibo, and right now the status is pick up from shelf. And of course, you're going to have to navigate back to that page. And when you're looking at this as a librarian, you're also going to see the message that the user is blocked. But in addition to just seeing a OK button, you're also going to see an override button. So if you wanted to ignore this message and override the block and check something out to the patron, you can click override and check something out to them. So now that we're in the patron's account, we can see the pay link, and we can go ahead and click that and select the appropriate method of payment, whatever that might be, and then we could post that to their account like this. And now the student's account is clear. At this point, you would have to sign out and have the student sign back in. And then you could finish with the transaction. And you'll also notice that when the students sign in, they don't have access to as much of the Alma main menu as you do when you're logged in as a librarian. Alright, what I'm going to talk about in this video is accepting payments for library fees and fines. We're going to look at a patron record here. And when we go to this patron's record, we'll see that they have a $250 fine. And next to the balance, you'll see a pay link. And if you don't see a pay link, the way you configure that is you go to the fulfillment configuration menu, and you have to go to the Hightower library circulation desk. Click on Circulation Desk, select the default Circ Desk, click Edit, and under where it says Payment Information, you have a choice as to what types of payment that you'll accept. So if we click the cash box here and click Save, when you go back to look at the patron record, you'll see that it adds a pay link next to their balance. And so this is what you would click on to accept a payment. When you click that, it's going to show you the user balance. You can select the payment method. So right now I only had selected cash as one of our options. If you select more options on the Circulation Desk General Information page, then what you're going to see in this pop-up window is you'll have a choice of different payment methods. So you would select the one that the payment method that they're going to use. So we'll do cash, and then you can fill out the amount. So we would put in the entire balance, and then we can click Send, and you'll get a pop-up confirmation message. Click Confirm, and that will take care of the fines on the student's account. From here, you can click on the ID, and that brings up another user detail page, and one of the options is to click on Fines and Fees, and that will tell you what their active balance is currently. From here you can add a fine or fee manually. So we could go and like add a damaged item fine or a lost item process fee, for example. So you would select from this list, which is configurable, and then you can manually enter a price, and then you would want to scan the item barcode, and then whoops, I'm sorry. So if we're doing a lost item replacement fee, then I guess what we do is we just put the fee in and then do add and close. There we are. Okay, so I scanned it in, and it shows up on the bottom here, and I'm going to go ahead and just waive that one because I had made a mistake and I didn't realize that it had actually taken the scanned barcode. So here it is, and you can see the reason for the fine, the date that the fine was entered on their account, and the title and barcode. And then so at this point, if they come back and return the book, then you might be able to waive the balance if that's our policy, or you can go up to the patron record here, and they can go ahead and pay the fine. And if you need to see what the material is that they owe on, then you can click on the balance link, and that'll take you back to the user detail page where it displays the each of the fines that they have and what their current balance is. Alright, so here we're logged in as student staff, and what we're going to do is check something out to a patron. So I'm going to pull up a patron account, and obviously if they had their student ID card, they could walk up to the desk, hand it to you, and you could scan it in this field, or you can type the name of the patron like I just did. That's going to pull up the patron services page, and on this page is where you can scan in the item's barcode. And you would click OK, and the book would be checked out, and this would display the due date for the book, and the date that it was loaned and the title. If you only want to see the books that they checked out for this session, you can just leave this as the default setting. If you select all from the loan display dropdown, it'll show you all the books that they currently have checked out. So we're going to go ahead and check out another one to this patron. I have the default setting, I have the loan display set to all. So currently this is showing that they have 3 books checked out. We're going to go ahead and pull up our patron, Wile E. Coyote, and they're going to return one of their books, and we're going to go ahead and click OK, and you just scan in the item barcode, click OK, and it shows you the return date, the due date, and the current status for the book is reshelving to second floor stacks. And that's basically it. You can also look at all returns that the patron has done by changing the return display to all, and you can toggle back and forth between all and this session. One of the other options you have if you want to, if a patron wants to return items, is from the Alma main menu. You can just click on Return Items and scan in the barcode and click OK. And we're in the student staff login, by the way. And so this is the page that you'll see, and that'll give you the title, the return date, when it was loaned, the patron, and the status is reshelving. And if the item was from another institution, then there's a checkbox here that says item from another institution. You can check that. And then you would just select the other college. And unfortunately, the menu is not in alphabetical order, which makes it difficult to locate the institution. But once you do, you would just go ahead and scan in the barcode just like we did here and click OK, and then that would print a transit receipt slip out of the printer. And I don't have a book currently checked out from another library, but the transit letter should look something like this, and this is just a sample, but I believe that the printer would spit out something that said something like transit letter. It would have an image of the request ID and the item barcode, and a note saying something like we're transferring the item below from Hightower to whatever library it's going back to, and it would give you the transfer date. I touched on this before, but the return tab actually looks like it lists all the books that you've ever returned. Now, I didn't return any this session, but if I toggle to all, you can see a list of all the books that I ever returned on this account with the return date listed. And this is sortable, so you can sort by the return date, the title, the barcode, and that looks like that's about it. You can also deselect some of these things, so if we don't take fines anymore, we could deselect this column, and then that column wouldn't show up anymore. And you can also resort columns as well, so if you wanted to, if loan date was more important, you could move that over to the far left and rearrange how all these the information in this table is displayed.